Welcome back to the second part of Rajath's challenge against Nick Sandqvist. After the first half, Rajath is leading by 9 imps to 0. Let's see if Nick can fight back in the second half.
Anyway, I'm off again, and partners up in a heart, and I seem to have a very good hand here. 21 again. Came to 19 the second time. I assume it's 20 on average. Let's try again. 6, 10, 12, 15, 16, 17, 19. Okay, 19. Which is a lot of points to have opposite a vulnerable partner when he opens the bidding, but it's not guaranteed we make slam yet. We might, for example, have 2 diamond losers, and then my hand is not worth 19 anymore. So I'm assuming I'm starting with 2 no trumps, Jacoby. Let's see. Doesn't say if it's game forcing or not, but I assume it is. What's that? A balanced minimum and no shortness. Well, we could still be off ace king of diamonds. He could just have king of spades, king of hearts, 1 or 2 of the jacks, ace queen of clubs. That's 14 already. What if he's got a diamond card? What's a good slam here? Say he's got king of hearts, king of spades, king of diamonds, ace of clubs. That's 13. And slam is likely to be good. Likely. I mean, he could still have ace to 3 clubs and we have a problem in the club suit, but he doesn't have to have that. He could have a doubleton club. He could have king doubleton spade, get the club away. Because slam could be good, I think I ought to take another bid. The question is, can I find out? I can blackwood, but that's not going to do the trick unless he shows me all the key cards. I could bid 4 spades or 5 clubs as a cubit and see if he cubits diamonds. The question is, if he cubits diamonds, am I just going to jump to slam? If I cubit 4 spades and he cubits 5 clubs, that's good news. That's the ace of clubs. And now I deny a diamond control with 5 hearts. Then maybe he ought to raise when he's got a diamond control and a decent hand. The problem is that I've been trying to bid cleverly with robots before, and it's been a total disaster every time. So I don't feel that I can try that. I simply don't trust them to take that judgment. So I'm going to have to take a guess, and I think I'm leaning towards passing, and the reason is that after all, I have a robot who's jumped to 4 hearts, he's taken away all the bidding room, said he's minimum and doesn't want to go anywhere, and I'm not certain we're making slam, so I'm actually going to respect that and pass. Call me chicken. I think it's a very close call. We will know in a second. Okay, so we're off 2 aces, so we didn't miss a slam anyway. This is just claim for an overtrick. Let's see if it lets me claim for an overtrick. So I don't think that there can be an accident at the other table. I'm pretty sure this ought to be flat. Even if you end up in 5, there was no way of beating 5, and there was no ruff or anything. No, okay, so this is bound to be just a flat board. As long as nobody just jumps to 6. It's always possible to have an accident.
Nothing to the play there, so we'll just make sure that Rajath doesn't have that accident Nick mentions.
Okay, moving on to board number 5. I have a big hand here, 19 points with 4-card heart support opposite my partner's 1 heart opening. That should be tailor-made for Jacoby 2 no trump, which I will bid. 13 plus 4 plus hearts. My partner shows a minimum. So my hand, while it does have 19 points and it does have 4-card support, has a fair number of those in queens and jacks. And it also has a queen-jack doubleton of diamonds, which is definite negative. I think I'm going to respect my partner's decision to jump to 4 hearts. I tried to figure out if there were hands that I could make up that would be easy slams, but I don't think so really, that are in the minimum range for my partner. If they had the King Jack of Hearts and King of Spades and the Ace of Clubs, that's 4 and 3 7 and 4 11, and we'd still be off in diamonds. It's a tough call because 19 points is obviously opposite an opening hand, makes you immediately think of slam, but I think I'm going to pass it out, which could be could be tough for this kind of an imp battle, but nonetheless, pass it is.
It looks like both of us didn't go forward. I think if we had, it would have been fine, because you can always make 5 hearts, and we would have figured out if we had bid 4 no trump that we'd be off, that we were off to aces, and we'd be okay.
Did you pass 4 hearts as well? Did it go 1 heart to the trumps 4 hearts? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, one of the problems here, which I mentioned before I passed, is that 4 no trumps doesn't necessarily solve the problem. I mean, it solves the problem that we are missing 2 aces. That's right. But it doesn't solve the problem whether we have a diamond control or not. And that's one of the reasons I chose not to go forward over 4 no trumps, because it wasn't clear that I could solve the problem that was there, even if I took a bid.
And I basically said that I'd sort of downgraded my hand a little bit for the Queen Jack tight of diamonds.
Yeah.
And so, similar. But as it turned out, I think 4 no trump would have exposed the lack of 2 aces, and you'd be able to get out in 5 hearts.
Absolutely, if you choose to go forward with 4 no trumps. I mean, actually, the bids I discussed over 4 hearts were the cubits of 4 spades and 5 clubs, because I preferred to hear a diamond cue from partner. But there are 2 reasons here. I mean, first of all, I don't trust the Roberts to think.
No, and you're right not to in a situation like that. I mean, I would generally not cubid, because you're never quite sure what you're going to get.
Exactly. And the other reason, of course, is that my partner has actually said he's not interested. He's jumped to 4 hearts closing the auction. So if I can't with any certainty say that it's right to go on, then I trust him. Okay. Well done, both of us. There was at least scope for a pickup for both of us.
Right.
No accidents, everybody displaying thoughtful analysis of the situation. It's model bridge. Board 6 saw both players declaring 2 spades. A safety play by Nick meant that Rajath picked up 1 more imp by making an overtrick, but the hand was pretty routine. So we'll move on to board 7.
This has come to 19 twice now, so I'm going to assume it's thereabouts. So I'm going to open a diamond. Well, I got choices. I'm not going to pass, because it could still be our hands. I could bid a spade, I could double, or I could bid a no trump. And no trump shows most about my hand. It shows a balanced 19 count. That's fine, but I'm not sure we should be playing there with only ace 9-1 in heart. We could be wrong siding it and stuff. Double gets us to spade when that's right. But if I bid a spade, in my book, that indicates more of a 2-suited hand, like 5 plus diamonds and 4 spades, and I really only have 2 suits. I'm going to go with double. I think it's most flexible. Although I wouldn't kill anyone for bidding a no trump. I think that's probably the most technical bid. 1 spade. Well, he didn't respond to 1 diamond. So when can we make game? Not very often, and I believe I pass. Last time I played one of these things, I kept spending, playing 7-level contracts and stuff, and never made anything. Now I think I found my level, 1 and 2 level. I'm going to lose 2 diamonds and about 2 hearts and a spade. That's 5, so I'm not going to have any trouble making it. I shall take this. 10 of hearts will help. And I shall very soon attack trumps before I have an accident. They can take a hard draft with the last trump. They could have done if they had it. What did I make? 140. Not unhappy about that. Some really outside chances of making 3 new trumps, but I don't really believe much in it.
That one was really just about the bidding decisions. Nothing to tax Nick in the play. I'm relieved to hear that he wouldn't kill anyone for bidding 1 no trump, though. Would have given me some pretty tricky editing decisions. Over to you, Rajath.
I have a balanced 19 count. I could think about upgrading it and opening 2 no trump, or I could open a diamond and rebid 2 no trump. I don't have a source of tricks, though, I have a good hand, but I don't have a source of tricks, so I'm inclined to open a diamond and rebid 2 no trumps. Well, so my partner passes. East balances. Now I can bid 1 no trump, and that probably shows my hand. 18-19 is how they play it, yep. So, do that. And that gets bossed out. Okay, my partner shows up with 5 high card points, 4-4 in the majors. I'm wondering what would have happened if I opened 2 no trump. Probably would have pushed me into game. And East has hearts. Should be able to make 3 spades, a heart, 4, 3 diamonds, 6. 7. And it feels to me like I want to get up, create myself an entry in dummy for sure. There's no way I can really get up there to take a finesse in spades, so I think I'm just going to lose one playing low to the jack. And led the 5 of clubs. That's presumably from length. I would assume my right-hand opponent has 5 hearts, and so that would leave West with no more than a singleton. But given that the diamonds are open, they'll be able to get across pretty easily. Question is, do I need to unblock the second club as well, or can I wait? I think I'm safe with just unblocking it. I play the 3, so that starts to now look like West has 5 clubs. Or even 6, perhaps. I cover this. I think I create another heart stopper for myself, so I'll do that. Got and played at the end in hearts, but I did make my diamond. Given that I was in 1-no trump, I think that seems fine, but it's entirely possible that if you open 2-no, they push you into 3-no, and you can find a way to make it.
I opened a diamond and went pass to East, who bid a heart. Did you have the same?
I did.
Okay.
And I bid 1-no trump on top of that.
Yeah.
Which got passed out.
Yeah. Okay. I think a no trump again is the bid that shows the most about your hand, but I elected double on this occasion. I just thought it was slightly more flexible. And there was a possibility of maybe wrong siding the 1-no trump. So I elected double, and if partner had bid a no trump, I would have been slightly happy. I think there's nothing in it.
I mean, honestly, when the dummy came down with 5 points, I was a little nervous that maybe I had missed something here, and that we'd missed a game. I was sort of hoping, ideally, that the dummy would come down with 2 or 3 points, making the 1-no trump a good place to be, and not really raising the risk of game. But as it turns out, I don't think you can make game either in no trumps or
no.
I mean, the other you can end up playing is spades, and I don't think you can make it in spades either.
No, I ended up in 1 spade after doubling, and as you say, I'm happy to be on the 1 level with these cards. And actually, you came a lot closer to showing exactly what you had. You showed 18-19 balanced, which is what you had, and I didn't really get close to showing that much about my hand. So I think I was at more risk of missing something than you were. It wasn't you who passed out yourself in 1-no trump after all, so it's the robber's fault if you miss something. I like your bid, I really do.
Okay, thank you. And I think you picked up, maybe you made an extra.
I made 9 tricks in spades. Spades played about a trick better on this occasion, but there was nothing in it at all.
Nick's stance on that 1-no trump bid moves from merely non-murderous to approving, which is nice. Playing in spades gives him an extra 20 points, though, and his first imp of the match. So Rajath leads by 10 imps to 1 going into the last board.
2 spades from partner, 3 hearts in. I got a nice hand. We could very easily make 4 spades. So I'm going to try that. And if they bid again, I think I know what to do with that. So it looks like an easy 4 spade bid. Okay, again, of course, I'm playing it upside down, as it were. I can see 6 spade tricks. I can see 2 aces. That's 8. I have a little bit of work to do. I can ruff a heart in dummy, and certainly that would be 9. I'm looking at maybe just putting the queen of clubs on this trick. I don't have a problem with them winning the king and taking a club ruff if that's what I want to do. West can get back in with a heart and play another club, but now I can ruff high, and I seem to have oodles of tricks. This seems to be somehow my most straightforward way to set up extra tricks is to just give them a king of clubs or noughts, as the case may be. So now I can't go off in 4 spades. I'm just going to make sure I get a heart ruff in dummy. That's kind of nice of him, wasn't it? See if we can spin up those clubs. That's not going to work. They were 5-2, but we are clearly home and dry. Just get rid of those trumps. And I believe East is going to have to show me if he's got the king of diamonds or not. Now, when I take this last trump, he has to hold 2 clubs to stop ace and 8 making tricks. Okay, well, if he didn't throw a club now, he would have to come down to singleton diamonds, so I wouldn't have to guess whether I should take the diamond fingers or not. That's what we call a show-up squeeze. Okay, so I might be picking up an imp or something for an over trick, but I may very well still be behind because of the 203 no trumps. That was it. West seemed to have an awful lot of hearts for somebody who never supported his partner, but okay, they go for 305 hearts. I might actually possibly pick up imps on that one as well.
Nick's clearly aware that the chances of the big swing he needs happening on that board are fairly slim, but you never know.
We've been dealt a hand that has 14 high card points, a singleton heart, and 3 card spade support. My partner's opened 2 spades, showing a weak hand, particularly non-vulnerable, a weak hand with spades, 6 plus. And East has come in with 3 hearts, which actually, I think increases the value of my hand, since I have a singleton heart. And I'm the textbook bid, law of total tricks would say bid 3 spades. I'm inclined to bid 4 spades, and it's entirely possible that they have a good heart fit, and my partner would definitely not have 4 hearts when they're opening week 2. So the maximum my partner has is 3. So that means that they have a 9 card heart fit. And I think I'm inclined to just bid 4 spades. And that gets passed out. Okay, well, they have a 10 card heart fit. And my partner has a pretty good hand. I mean, that's about the best hand for a week 2 that you could possibly find. I feel like this is a reasonable place to be. 10 of clubs is led. That is probably from, would mark West with the king. But you never really know with the robots, but seems reasonable. Looking at this hand from north, we have 2 heart losers, which one can be dumped on clubs or potentially we can rough one. And then we have no club losers, and we have some diamond losers potentially, but we can take a diamond finesse. I think what I probably am inclined to do is go up with the ace of clubs and then draw a round or 2 of trumps to get a sense of what the lay of the land is there, and then take a roughing finesse in clubs. I mean, I have a singleton, my partner has a singleton. Sometimes when you have singletons, the opponents have singletons. Is it possible that 10 of clubs is a singleton? I mean, that would leave West with a lot of clubs. Would leave them with 6, which is conceivable. So I think I'm going to go up with the ace. I'm going to draw 2 rounds of trumps. Okay, and the trumps break 4-0. So what I'm thinking of is, do I try and take this diamond finesse, or do I just duck it, or do I go up with the ace? If I go up with the ace, I can then play a club. That might get roughed. I can over rough. If I go up with the ace, I play the jack of clubs. If the clubs break, we're good. If they don't, I could still try and set up a diamond trick by force. So I'll go up with the ace. Well, I completely miscounted the spades. I didn't have anything to worry about. Of course, I had 6 of them, and they were gone. So, all right. That's the end of the session.
Right. So here, my partner opened 2 spades. They overcalled 3 hearts, and I just bid 4 spades. What did you do there?
I did the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did the same. I talked about it. I thought that maybe the technically accurate bid on Law of Total Tricks is 3 spades, but I liked my hand. I was short in hearts, whatever. I figured 4 spades would be fine.
Absolutely. And also when they overcalled, if you need some finesses in the minor suits, then they like it to work.
Let's talk about that. Yeah, I think I played this hand very poorly. I made every wrong decision and was frankly in the end lucky to make the 4 spades.
Really?
But yeah, I didn't read the lead right. I've just seen the robots lead high singletons often enough that I started worrying whether that 10 of clubs lead. I got a 10 of clubs lead. I don't know what you got. But,
no, I did too.
Was a singleton, and so it was. And then once I didn't take that finesse, I mean, everything kind of went a little awry. But I was lucky to squeak by and make it.
You got there in the end, yeah. No, I mean, diamonds are 3-2 with the king on side, and it looks like you might get there in the end. Yeah, I also got the 10 of clubs lead, and I thought it could very well be a singleton. But I like to give the defense what they should have anyway, very early. So I thought if I take the club finesse and they win the king, and they take a club rough, that's 2, and they play a heart to west, that's 3, I'm still not too worried, because when the next club comes, I can rough high, I can draw trumps, and I should be okay for 10 tricks from there. So because of that, I elected to put in a club honor, a small club honor, the queen at trick 1. And when that held, it went very well for me, of course.
Well, I mean, that was clearly the right decision, and it definitely would have made the hand play a lot better than the way I played it.
It worked out well for me. But I was also a bit desperate for imps at this point. Well, very well done, and congratulations on a very sound win. The set felt a tad bit dry, and the only thing that was really of any interest is the one I mucked up. So well played.
Well, thank you so much, Nick. I really enjoyed it a ton. Like I said, I think I got incredibly lucky not to give it all back on the final board, but thank you. I really enjoyed it, and Sue, appreciate your setting this up.
Absolutely. No, I really enjoyed it too. I mean, between the two of us, since nobody's watching, is that this is the least amount I've lost with playing with the robots in all these series. So I'm actually over the moon. Just losing by 7. Take care. I hope to see you around.
All right. Bye.
Thanks so much. Bye.
Great match, guys. It could so easily have gone either way, but hopefully a victory for the challenger will encourage others to have a go. Congratulations to Rajath, and huge thanks to both of you. As always, we deliver the message that if you'd like to support our work and maybe make a challenge of your own, please visit www.patreon.com/ntbridge for details of how to do that.